for information system management in general, because it mentions the day that all of your information, your profiles, your data, your activities daily will be stored in the computer of someone, of the machine of the Apple or Google, or later on your company. You have all the data related to your business. The goal run business without reviewing any data to the competitors or to prevent hackers will be the main task of your company. So in this section we have try to see. Okay, we have this one. Is one of the very famous cyber attack in the computer science. So to start, can you tell me a bit on the what do you know about hacking and data privacy and security in general in your like daily activity in the web or in the internet? Do you know anything about that? You can always use your microphone, or you can type if you want. Do you know anything about securities? Like, can you show me or tell me some example of the hacking recently, or data privacy problems recently in the world or in Vietnam maybe? Have any idea? Hello, someone here? Have you ever heard about security or data or hacking attacks in Vietnam? Hello. Hello, hello. Someone here. Yeah, okay, great. UBC, yes, it's just a name recently. Okay, yeah, great. Anything else? Two type hacker, white hats and black hats. Yeah, great. There's some notion like that. So one of, I think, the biggest hacking problem in Vietnam is like last year or 2 years ago, where we have a hacker that can control all of the monitors, the screen that show advertisement at the airports, in the Tân Sơn Nhất airport. The hacker from, they think that is from China. A Chinese hacker can control all of the monitors at the Tân Sơn Nhất airport, and they can also control the voice, the audio, the speaker in the airports. That is one of the biggest hacking affair in Vietnam recently. Yeah, one cries is actually a very good example. Is You will see that is the hacking that's still be a threat nowadays. Is that the for WannaCry, they what they do is that they try to encrypt all of the information, especially your work file, your PDF file, and encrypted everything so that you cannot read it. they ask you to send them some money through Bitcoin wallet, and then they can finally decrypt your information so that you can work again. That causes a lot of problems, especially in Europe and US. One of the hacker tried to uh, encrypt the whole patient records in hospital. So, and then the hospital have to pay for the key to decrypt the message on a document, the patient records and health medical records. Very big problem. Yeah. Thank you. That show me that you have the keylog here, keylogging file, and we will see one of them. Yes, yeah, you know sometimes. Now, actually, for computer science in general, the securities is a very important topic in the company, and actually, as you can see here. Uh, like 5 years ago, Sony PlayStation had been hacked, and they stole like hundred of nearly hundred of million of user account information, email, maybe it includes credit cards information. So that will be a big problem for Sony, and they have to solve many lawsuits because the customer said that the on of their credit card is stolen by the hacker, can be used. Someone else then had to fix them. They had to their credit card. So that's a big problem. And in 2 years ago, there's one of the political hacking problem is that they have a tax haven. It's been one of the company in Panama, I think. They have all of the information about the customers that try to avoid the tax in the countries or they have some special account there, anonymous account there, and they have the special way to avoid taxes from Vietnam, from US, from all over the world, and they do it in Panama, and the hacker try to get all of the information of that company and that bank and show it to the government, show it to everyone. So it was one of the big like a political problem, yeah, case in the hacking. So that is the thing. So security actually very important. But to be honest, for computer science in Vietnam, we really hard to claim to be an expert in securities because very difficult. You know, the key motivation of the hacker could be money, could be a political problem. So they spend very much a lot of time and money, not only individually but also from the government. They always claim that uh, China or North Korea have a big army of hackers sponsored by the government, just try to uh, attack in different website and database and servers of US, Russia, to get the secret information about women, about political information, or try to get money from the customers, from the user. So that is a big problem. And so a lot of company nowadays, even including Vietnam government, Vietnamese government, we have officially somehow a hacker team trained by the military group to have the country to defense on the attacks in the cyber work. Okay, so that is a big story and big domain in our computer science field. Okay, so here in this section, I try to show you why and the information system in general are vulnerable to destruction. It means they can destroy your system error or to abuse. The business value of securities and controlling the components in the company so that you can somehow improve the securities level of your company in general. Okay. Here I don't know how to show you, but actually, like we try to show you this one. This is a very good case studies on introduction to data securities. Maybe I will show you on here. Try to read together. Okay. I will show the file in the chat box, and I will also show it in the screen. Please have a look at that and try to identify the new notions in the text, and I will try to explain to you. Okay. Okay. Here is the file attachment. Okay, so everyone here file, please have a look. I put it in the chat box. Here, sent. Okay, can get it now. There is some keywords here. I try to read it and highlight on the new notion and ask me, or I will show you later on what the meaning of these keywords. And later on for the company, maybe when some security expert or someone tell you about this notion, you may ring a bell. So I will let you read it in let's say 10 minutes, okay? And then maybe time for bonus if some of you, if someone can identify the new keyword and try to give an explanation of that and tell us, that will be considered as a contribution to the lecture, and then we have bonus, okay? Try to get some interaction in the online environment. Okay, everyone? So read it in 10 minutes. Try to summarize the problem described in the text. So what happened? Hello. Yep. Okay. Kang, do you want to say something? Uh, Lu Thị Thị Trang, you want to say something? Go ahead. Yeah. Okay. Otherwise, let me try to explain it a bit. Um, just 1 second. Okay. So now, what we have here in the readings, there is one of the case that describe the problem with the mini duck. The name of the attack. That is a very special kind of attack because we have the first one, the keywords, the social engineering. It means the techniques that hackers try to access the company by actually using social media network, try to convince employee of the company or some end user to use or download or click on some link so that they can install the software in your machine on the victim machine, so, and then they can control. So social engineering is a mechanism like you heard a lot on the phishing. It means they send you an email or your friend on Facebook send you a message and try to tell you to send them some money or try to tell you they have a very interesting figure. You can check it out in the link. And when you click on the link, they try to download something. That is the social engineering. It means they try to work with humans, try to get information, to get initial access to the computer. Okay. Here in this case, they try to send the target, the victims, a PDF attachment. It's just like another PDF file. Actually, behind the scene will be they have some software or some code that will be executed when you open the PDF file or when you click on a link, and then they can do something. First of all, that PDF files, this mini deck can try to perform a very special techniques. They call it the sandbox evading technique. That is from the Google Chrome or from any other software in your machine. Do you notice that sometimes when you download a file from the internet, the browser will say, hey, this is from the internet, it may not be secure, that might be harmful, so do you want to keep it or you want to discard that? There is the mechanism that browser and software in general try to protect the user from in the internet. They have the mechanism, they call it the sandbox. It means like you put everything in a box and you close the box. The everything from the browser is put in the sandbox, the box like that, and they cannot access your file. They cannot access your PDF file. You cannot access the hard drive of your computer from the browser. They have no way to do that. The mechanism. The only way that people, the browser can get to the file in your system is followed by the allow and the permission of the user. Means like you click on the download or the upload button, and then you browse your file in your machine, and then you give it to browser. So it means you can give the information to the browser, but in the browser they cannot go outside browser. The browser is just like the box, and PDF file or Word, Excel, they try to have the same mechanism. It means they put everything in the box. Whatever you do in the internet, they cannot access to your hard drive. That is the very first step to protect the user from the threat from the internet. But here, there is a very special case. This is the first time maybe in Europe they find out this kind of thing. They call it the novel, a new sandbox evading techniques. It means that by somehow the hacker can bypass the mechanisms provided by the browser to protect you using the sandbox techniques. So that is the one of the first thing. So they can go out of the sandbox of the browser or the PDF file. They're the first keyword, sandboxing. The second keyword, social engineering. We know it now. And here, this is a new mechanism, different from traditional signature-based virus detection. So do you know about virus? Virus is just software running in your machine. There is before. Do you know BKV? No, in Vietnam we call BKV, BKV. Do you know that? Do you have any virus scanner in your machine? Can you tell me some name? Do you have any, or you don't have anyone? Anything? Give me some name of the virus, antivirus software. Anything else? Yeah. Someone use BKV? BKV? McAfee? Yeah. Actually, that is antivirus software. They have a lot more than that. But recently, people, let's say in a camera in Windows 10, people, or in Macs, people hardly use it. They say it takes a lot of resources. It can slow down your machine, so they don't use it anymore somehow because they have the sandboxing techniques. But before sandboxing techniques, what we have is that we have, before, we don't have the way to isolate the running application in the box. You have to base on the signature. It means that imagine that you have the virus, and people, the researcher as the expert, security expert, try to analyze the behaviors or the action performed by different virus, and then they can finally say that if the sub-application try to access your hard drive, every folder of your hard drive, try to access your browser in the background, it means silently, that will be the very suspicious behavior. So they have the signature. They know the patterns, the way that virus usually do the operation. So they will stop all of that harmful behavior. So they base on the signature. It means the way that they detect virus is based on the way that the virus behave, or they based on something we call it the file. It means on the virus will have the format, the specific format, a specific code that perform the same action on over again and again for different machines. So they can, after they find first one, they store it in the database and say, hey, if the virus have the first 10 characters like this and last 10 characters like that, and that will be the virus. And so they the signature of the virus, and they can stop all the virus like that. So there is the way, like when you see your Mac Kaspersky or antivirus, whatever, you have they periodically they upload they update the software. Say they download the new version or they upload the signature. So that is the way. So this one, the traditional way to find out virus. Okay, so we have notion of traditional signature-based virus detection. We have notion of sandboxing, and then here we have another one. We have a year. So now we don't need people still use it, but the sandboxing techniques is quite good nowadays. So you can somehow if you are not using a lot of cracked software, so it's safe. I can say it quite better than before. If you are using Windows 10, we don't need antivirus because they have some defenders in virus. But it's like that because the sandboxing techniques. But now we have a new notion that is the 0 days malware or 0 days problem. Means that there's unknown malware. Means that the antivirus don't know about that kind of virus. They have no proof, no signature, no any proof, any document about that kind of thing. So we have 0 days. Or sometimes in the software, there are some problem with the software like Windows, and people try to say, hey, there is the virus, and there is some problem that can allow the hackers to attack your machine, but they don't know how to fix it. So we call it the 0 days problem. Means we have no idea what to do, how to fix it. There is 0 days, there is notion. Okay. Here, the Minideck, they try to use the bug. It means normally on the software, here in this case, the Adobe Reader had a bug. It's a problem in the software. They somehow allow, if the hacker is smart enough, they can bypass the sandboxing techniques. Now it is fixed, but that day the Minideck can bypass the PDF reader. It means in the PDF file, they have some software that run in the PDF file, and they can bypass the PDF reader to access to your machine. So what they do is that after they access to your machine, that will install a small downloader. That is the key thing. After the hacker or the virus, is a software, they can install something in your machine. That will be the beginning of the whole attack. Because here they install a very small software. It's mean the downloader, they call it rubber, and then they will allow the hacker to download or to open a door. It means open a way to allow the other to access your computer. In Windows or in the software in general, we call it the back door. This is the way that if they can enter your machine, they can control your machine already. What they can do is they say they control the antivirus, like imagine like that. They say, hey, please allow this guy to run on your machine. Don't try to stop them. So they open the way to allow the other software to run behind the scene in your machine. So that we call it a backdoor. It means they can access your machine in different way. So they have a backdoor. And this one is very special because Minidex, as you imagine, if we had the signature, it means if they open the same door for every machine, that will be the well-known, can be observed by the security expert that can easily identify that behavior and identify the Minideck virus. But now what they do is they have the customized backdoor, unique to each system. They are very special. It means in your machine, they open some, they allow the software ABC to run on your friend machine. They open the door to software EDF to run. It means on different machine, they open a different ports to allow the software to run, different software to run. So it's very customized. So they don't have common signature, the common behavior, so that the virus, antivirus software can detect. So they're very special. So here you see that this kind of authentication is mean the way that they open, they then be bypassed. Authentication is mean the system will check who are you and what kind of software can run, and then they can bypass. And after that, the affected machine can be remotely accessed. Do you know any remote control software? Nowadays we have a lot of them. Do you know about TeamViewer or AnyDesk? This is software that if you have a problem in your machine, you can ask your friend to help you. They can control the mouse, get know the screen of your machine, and then they do everything in your machine. So they can remotely control your machine. Here the virus, after they download the software, after they open the box, click on the back door, and finally they can remotely control or access your machine. That is very first step. You see that now you are you join your machine have been hacked, and normally that if your machine is hacked, if the like WannaCry, they will try to encrypt, but some special software, they don't try to get everything. They don't try to be noticed by the user. They just silently get the data and send back to the server. Then that one, that will be a lot more bigger issue to the machine, because you have no symptom of the virus infected our machine. Okay, so here we have remote access. And now what they do is they use the computer. A unique fingerprint is mainly like a very special setting uniquely to your machine that to encrypt the communication back to the attacker. Is mean they will send back the message or data to the server, but they encrypt it. It's put in a secure way. No one can identify them. But again, they use the unique fingerprint of the machine, of the infected machine. That is special, so that they don't have any signature, don't have any special signature, so that the antivirus can detect. So very special. So they encrypt the communication back to the attacker. Okay, and then after that, the Minidex will be using this one, Twitter or anything. They wait for the control from the attacker. So they have some account they set up already, and they say they have the name in computer science security we call it command and control operators. There is the one that say, after I have the software installed in all of the victim machine, and now I can order them to perform some action. Say, hey, send me on the file from the machine back to my server, or delete all the file, or do something else. That will be the command and control. But instead of send the request to every single machine, what they do is co-invert, and actually the well-known way that the hacker and virus will run. So they all of the infected, the victim computer will follow the Twitter, some special Twitter, to wait for the command. So hey, here they will put some message like, hey, special message with a special meaning for the virus, and they will perform the action. So they have the command and control operators that is from Twitter. So actually here, that will the command and control is the way that we run the virus. We run to control and to perform some operation on the victim or affected machine. And that is very related to WannaCry Do you know that in the WannaCry virus, or let's say ransomware, there's one, let's say at that moment will be the white hat hacker or security expert. He can finally find out the command and control operators of the WannaCry virus, and what he do is he just he just what he did is just uh, uh, tell the government that, hey, on the WannaCry software, we'll look at that website to get the command. So what they can do is finally shut down the website, and the WannaCry virus is disabled because they have no one that control them anymore. So that is the way that the security expert will try to do. In this situation, they try to analyze the virus and find out where is the operators, the command and control operators, and stop them, and shut down the server, stop the Twitter account like that, and then the software, the virus have no one to control, and that will be disabled. Okay, there the WannaCry can be stopped, was stopped at that moment because they can find out the CNC of the WannaCry. Okay, so then here after the Miniduck receive the message, and they will send the file command to the infected machine to get a bigger backdoor. It's been open a lot more thing, a lot more, give a lot more control to hacker. So that the way. And here you see that just like backup operators, they say, hey, if they cannot access to the Twitter account, they will use the Google search to locate the control command and control operators. So you see that they spend quite a lot of time to get the control of the machine. Okay, and then you see here there is the attack, and on the attack like that, normally if they're very new hacker, sometimes they again want to get money, get credit card from your machine. But here in some case, the political, geopolitical intelligence, mean the one that try to get the secret information. They not only attack on the single machine of the user, normal user, but they try to access the research institute, the think tank, or any government entities, so that they can get security, secure, sensitive information, get the design of the machine, of the tank, of the satellite, of the any modern thing, secret weapon from government, let's say. So that is the goal of the hacker in the higher level. Okay, so they have many things here, and finally the European government say, hey, they must do something about that, and they try to link together to form the communities to handle security issues like Miniduck, and that is the thing. So you now at least you have some idea on the way that the virus can control and enter your machine. So the other one would be on the action that they can do in Europe and things. After that, after this reading, the key message actually to tell you is that they have many very special techniques that the hacker and the virus can do in order to access to your machine. But the very first step is on the social engineering. It means they have to perceive the victim somehow to click on the link, to open the file, to download something, to run the file, because by default the information from internet, from the email, cannot access your machine, cannot install things in your machine unless you allow them to do. So what they want actually is they try to convince you to deceive you. It means try to get you to click on some link to download something and run it. That is the very first step. So actually what I want to tell you is that please be very careful with your activities in the internet. So you should not click on some unknown link or download some crack software or hack software, because you know that when you use that kind of software you are working with the hacker and they can crack the software like Microsoft. Why don't they can install another thing? So be very careful with this thing, especially on the day that you use a lot of business transaction in the internet, like a credit card payment with your laptop, and that will be the same for the mobile phone. You know that the phone actually is like a mini machine. They have everything, and they can be infected by the virus just like any other laptop and your desktop. So that is the message. Please be careful. Don't click on random link. Don't use crack software. Someone may say, hey, because we don't have anything to be afraid of. So actually the thing is more complicated than that. You will see that the way that the hacker want to do is not only on your machine, but they want to attack the company from your machine. Then they can infect the other machine in the network, and then they can finally control everything of the company, not only your machine. Maybe your machine don't have anything valuable, but the company is another story. Okay, so at least I hope that you have some idea on the securities for the very first part. Now I will show you the another thing. Okay, so do you have any question on this one, on the very first case study? Everyone, is it okay? You still here? Any question? Okay, so now, yeah, thanks. At least someone to react. Okay. Okay, great. Now, for just to okay, thank you. So we have this one. So the securities. So we have on the term some new term made for you. So we have policies, we have procedures, we have technical measures to prevent unauthorized, mean the one that are not allowed to do things, to access to alternate authorizations, mean it try to modify the information, try to make damage to physical device. You will see what in the following case studies. Okay, and the security and the control. The control, when we say about control of the behaviors, the organizational procedures to ensure that we to ensure the safety of the assets of the company. Actually, maybe a long time ago, but now I don't know. If you go to the bank, or if you go to the bank and you say sometime, hey, I want to submit something, and they always ask you to send them the file by email or by some submit into a website, and they will never allow you to give to plug in a USB key to their machine. So that actually a very strict procedure for the bank or for the company, because when we plug in the USB key, we don't know what may happen, because there can be just if you remember a few years ago when you use the USB key from your friend, get a lot of virus, and then after just plug in the key the whole machine of your the whole operating system of your laptop on the file will be hidden, and they have many strange things happen. So the virus run that way. So you in the bank they have the policy that they will not never allow you to never accept or use the USB key, any electric device from the user, from the end user, or in the Nguyễn Kim company. And then when you see that they say they have procedure like they always have to lock the windows when they leave the laptop. They will always have to lock the windows. It's been ask the lock this, lock the windows means you put in the welcome string, and people have to type a password in order to enter to use the machine, because you know that if the machine is available like that, someone just by using the USB key or by a few clicks download the rubber, and then that will be they can control the whole system of the laptop, then they escalate into the network. That will be the story. So okay, here now we will see how and why the system are vulnerable in general. The very first thing we have is that you have access to the networks. It means you link to in the internet in a very special sensitive database. They say, hey, they're very sensitive database, so they will put it in the machine without any internet connection. That is the very first problem. It comes from internet because you plug in the cable, you charge the network, and everyone, if they had a backdoor, they can access the machine. So we don't actually networks is the very first problem. Okay, so in sensitive information, they also put the machine in isolation in one room with no internet connection. Maybe they have just a single machine like that if you wanted to do something like that. We have the second problem, the second reason why we have vulnerables is that we have problem with hardware. We have wrong configuration. We have damage, or we use it properly, and that will be a problem. You have the software. It means you have the error or bugs of the software, like Adobe Reader or any software that's on the market. You have a problem with installation. We have unauthorized changes, which means someone just have control on your machine and they open the back door, they do something. Okay, the system vulnerable maybe lead to the situation that's not only by the hacking but the security in general. It means you don't have the service anymore. It means the have disaster, the web server of your operating system, your machine of your company is shut down and no one can work anymore. So that will be the problem for the whole system. This one is one of the very well-known problems. And here, if later on you work on the international company, when they have sensitive information, like say, they normally will not allow the user or the employee to use the computer, their own computer. This means the company will provide a laptop for the user, and they only allow the employee to use this provided laptop, because in that laptop you cannot install new thing. The security expert in the company will control everything of the laptop, so that they make sure that they have no virus, no problem with the machine, so that the network of the whole company will be secure. Or the use of networks outside of the firm control. It means that is, if you in the following slides, you will see that actually the public Wi-Fi, like the one in IU or the one in the coffee shop, actually when you think about that, you had a machine, you join the network, and everyone else can join the same network with you, but the wireless signal will be can be easily captured by a special tool, so that they will know all the information from your machine to the Wi-Fi network and to the server, so you can capture this information, and then they can listen to your message to know about your transaction, and maybe can capture your password somehow. So the use of network outside the company control will be actually a threat for many companies. So they will not allow the user to access to the software, to the system of the company outside of the company. It means they can only do it in the company. Okay. So that is another threat. And this one is quite well known. So if you have very sensitive information in your machine, your mobile devices, and someday someone lost it, and people can access to all information, that will be the problem. Do you remember that? Do you notice that now after I can I can use your laptop, if I just open the browser, I can easily log in for almost everything. Okay, because the Google Chrome store everything password in some way, and then if after you can log in into your machine, they can easily get it. So I can log in on the website just by using the remember password of the Google Chrome. So that will be a big problem if we or maybe I lose my laptop or my mobile devices. So that will be big issue nowadays. Okay. So here is on the whole system. So you have, we are talking about different machine here, and now you see that from the information system or internet in general, the way that we access to the service of the bank or any software is from your machine here. We use the communication lines, it's mean the internet, and we have the server, and then we go to the database servers and your corporation system. Here you see that they have a list of threat challenges or vulnerabilities of the system. Say you have unauthorized access here, which means I can access your laptop, or in the middle, it means on the way that you transmit the data from your machine to the server, people can do a lot of things. They can tapping, sniffing, it means they can get the message. They can read the data you send over the internet. By default, if we don't have the special mechanism, all the information sent from here to the server will be unencrypted. It means in plain text. And everyone, if they can just download some special software, can read the information that you send over the internet. So they call it tapping and sniffing. And more than that, maybe after they have it, they can just replace, mean they make the same message and send the server, but they alternate, they change the message a bit. So that will be the problem. Say if you make an order from your machine to the Amazon website or Tiki website, you pay everything, but now they will change the delivery address maybe, and then they will redirect everything to the destination. So that will be the problem on the internet connection. On that thing, so here I will show you that. Do you know this one? Let's say. So when you have this one, there is the signal, the icon for the from the browser. On the browser have it. It will tell that, hey, the connection is secure or not secure. The secure means that when you have this lock, it means that the information you send over the internet will be encrypted. There is secure. There's some website, I don't know, maybe there's some website, what I can say, oh, I just have this one. just one example. Let's say here, this website, they say that it is not secure. They will have this sign. So when you enter information system, sensitive information to the website, or like credit cards or passwords, they can be stolen by the attacker. You know that because they're not encrypted. So when you have this site on the browser, be careful, especially when you work with the bank or the credit card account. Okay, so back to work. This one, after you have attack on this one, we can also have an attack on the server side. So when they try to hack, they have virus on this one, they can have thief, they can deny service. On this one, they have one new notion I should tell you. Do you know about this one? Deny of services attack. Have you heard about that? Deny of service. So actually, deny of service is a very special, dirty attack of the hacker. What they do is that, imagine we have one server. That server is to serve the, let's say, EduSub, like EduSub or Backball. And we know that the machine is not too powerful. They can serve, let's say, only 5,000 users per minute. What they do is that the hacker, they try to stop the EduSub web from serving the real user. What they do is that they will hide a lot of machine, a lot of big powerful machine, and send the request to the server. Every second they send thousands of requests, so that the real server will receive 100,000 requests from the hacker just for nothing. Just they want to ask you to do something. They want to ask the server to do something. And finally, at the consequence, the server cannot serve the real user anymore. Let's say it is up. Now, if someone they hire a very big machine, and they will send the request, hey, give me the calendar, give me the calendar. And that way, they have thousands of requests like that, and the server cannot serve you anymore. So they call it deny of service attack. It means they try to make fake requests, and then just stop the server from serving real user. That is the first thing. It means that the hacker have to have the machine that somehow bigger or more powerful than your server, so that they can send a request faster than the time that you can serve. There's another mechanism that is well known by the hackers. It is one of the reasons why they want to have virus, Trojan to infect the machine of the client, is that remember we have command and control operators. It's when now the hacker want to do is they want to build a network. It's mean a set of infected computer, and finally one day, let's say they want to attack for a bank, or from do the denial of service attack to a server. On the command and control, they say, hey, everyone on of the infected computer, please send a request to that machine. You know that, imagine if they have thousands or millions of computer infected by the software, by the virus, and all of them receive the command like that, and all of them in the same time, millions of machines send a request to your server. So there's no way that your server can serve the real user, because you get hundreds of millions of fake requests. Okay, that is denial of service. That is a very dirty attack, because they're very hard to prevent. They make the same request like the real user. And then so move on the other one. So we have the hardware that can have problem. You have the type of data, like, and recently in the data area, it's been data science, data analytics. If someone copy all the data your database, that may be a problem already. If they have every data, or you have the alteration of data, is when they change the data in the bank, that will be a big problem. Okay, here so there is many things. Now I suggest to have a small break. Okay, let's have a 15-minute break, and then we'll back with the second part of this security per section. Okay, so let's have a 15-minute break. Okay. So while we are waiting for your friends to come back, uh, so do you have any questions or any thing that you want to ask on the first part? Okay. So otherwise let's try to continue. Uh, Here what we now working on different uh, vulnerabilities of internet. So by default, actually, when we talk about security, internet actually is a biggest problem. If we don't have internet, we just isolated in one single machine, so it is safe somehow. So here, the reason is that actually the internet is designed to be open for everyone, so that everyone can exchange information, can connect to each other. So by default, by design, that is like that. Okay, and we have many problems normally because we have unencrypted voice over IP. It means when you make a phone call, normally it will be unencrypted. It means everyone can get your information, and then uh, and then know what you are talking about. So the reason why recently on of the chat connection platform, they tell you that they are like a Zoom in the COVID pandemic. They have say the problem with securities with conversation and teleconference, and they try to say, hey, I try to make it secure by encrypt the message end to end. Is mean only the recipient and the sender can get back the original message. So that is the way that to protect the data over internet. And here what you should aware is that your email address, your email in general is not encrypted. So do you know that, I don't know if you have that situation, is that when you have the booking of air ticket from the confirmation from the airline, Vietnam Airline or whatever, in English, and just before your departure day, Google will remind you that you have to fly in 1 day or in few hours. So this means that actually your email is in plain text. Google by default they can read everything from your email, the content of your email, and they can analyze it. So they unencrypted. Okay. For email, it's just like a link or the case study. You will see that the attachment in the email is actually dangerous. So please don't open random file or the file from some stranger if you don't really trust them. Okay. Okay. So now what we have is we have wireless security. Mean just like the way the cable. If you have cable, if you people want to access to your cable, you have to join the same network. And for wireless, it is a bit easier to join the same network with you and your company. They can get many way, and one of the quite disturbing way to do is word routing. It means if they want to join the network of your company, what to do is just to have the car stand in front of your company for a few minutes, and they can join the Wi-Fi network, and they can join your network of your company. So it's very easy to join the network. So for some company, they will not allow the user to share, to join the network freely. They must have the login, and some special ways. Company they will just only allow only the machine that's authenticated. It's been identified by the company, and only these devices can join the network. Not everyone. And of course, when you nowadays when you go to the shop or the bank, they always have the free Wi-Fi for you, but that free Wi-Fi network actually is separated from the network of the company, so they will not use the same network with the client where they cannot trust. Okay, so we have here the Wi-Fi intruders, mean the hacker, the one that want to get access to the networks, can always listen to the message you transfer or exchange over the wireless network easily. So here we have some notion, it a bit quite similar. So just briefly, I will go through this one. It's not really important, but at least we know the difference. So the virus is here is the software. Actually, the software that attach. It means they store and they link to the normal software. So when you run the normal software, actually behind the scene you run a second software that is the virus. So they attach to another software and run it when the user run the original file. So that we call it virus. So the worm is the one that we have a lot in a few years ago on the USB key. When you plug in the USB, the software will copy itself It's from many computers, from one to another over the internet, over the network, or over the USB key. So that is the one. So the virus is the software that link to the normal software. The worm is the one that we could be Excel. Okay, and now the way that worm and viruses spread is meant by download, by email, by attachment, by social networks, by website. So all of them is the way that force them to have them to spread over different machine. Here you remember that the smartphone is as vulnerable as the computers. So nowadays we have a smartphone. We think, hey, just a smartphone. We don't have a virus, but actually they have the same kind of issue like the machine, because it's just a minimized version of the machine, of the computer. And actually we have a lot of sensitive information in the machine, in the smartphone. No? Then Trojan horses is a software like a normal software, but actually that do another thing than expected. That is the Trojan horse from the virus. The SQL injection is quite a technique special to developers that I think I will skip it for a moment. It's been they try to execute some query, very special query that can destroy or delete or get all of the information from the software, but in a web form. Very nice story. It's quite technical. I skip it for a moment. For ransomware, that is where we have the WannaCry that encrypts everything and asks you to pay for the keyword, for the password to decrypt all the information. Okay. The spyware is the one that's stay on your machine. Your computer is just to monitor the user activities, and then maybe get your information and send it to server. Keyloggers, that one of your friends mentions here, is that that is a very special tool that have the machine to capture all the keyword that you type, on the character that you type in the keyboard. So actually a very special powerful techniques to get information from the user. So remember the way that you type password, you click on the screen, you type username, and then you tap or you click on another one, you type the password. So you see, if I have all of the keystroke, this means every single key or characters you type in the keyboard, I get everything. So that is the way. And here, by the way, I will show you one of the mechanism. Some bank they have us to protect from the keylogger. So just 1 second, I will show you this one. Thank you first time. So have a look at this one. So there is a bank in France. So in France, whatever, we don't care. But now have a look at this one. When I connect to my account, what they want, they try to avoid keylogger. Keylogger try to type, and there's more than that. They have software that not only capture the key lock, the key press, but also capture the mouse click. Here, as you can see here, that is the way that they have them to prevent the hacker, even if they have the key lock and the mouse lock, let's say, to you see that the number from 0 to 9, but they will shift forward every time, so they will not in the same position every time. So have a look and refresh the page, and then when I got connect again, we have the randomly new shuffle of the information of the position of the numbers, so that we can user can type or can click on the screen without preview the information, even if they have the keylogger software or the mouse click as a logger in the web, in the machine. Okay, so that is the way that the communities have us to protect us somehow from the threat of keylogger, because it's very easy to get a keylogger by just clicking or download some cracked software or some attachment. unknown source. Okay. Now we have many activities of the hacker and computer crime. It's mean by law, all of the action is not permitted, and they have a hacker. They want to crack to do something, and some activity will be they try to get into your system. They try to make damage to your system. Some of the well-known system like hack for newbies, mean the beginner hacker, it's just to show off. They will try to hack the website of some company and then show their name there so that everyone know that website has been hacked. And we call it deface. It means change the interface of the website to another one. So that's some of the operation that the hacker can do in order to show off. But you know that for a very high level hacker, they don't just want to show off like that. They want to get money. They want to get secret information. They want to do a lot more things than just destroy the website. Okay. So now we have some keyword sniffing, snippers mean they just to get the information, or they want to fake an email so that you will receive an email say, hey, I'm from YouTube or from Google. They want have a problem with the account. Please submit the new password here. So actually, that is a phishing email. Okay. So now we have denial service. We know that we have distributed denial service. There, the one I show you. I told you about the we have numbers of computers that perform the denial service attack because they have some notion in computer science or security. They call it botnet. They in a network zombies mean infected PC or machine that can control by the malware so that they will perform something. So here you see that so they have one room is the name of botnet. They have like a 500,000 machines so that they can perform the attack on the control of the operators. Okay. So we have some here cream has been if you normally on the law of on countries will prevent we will have the rule that have the penalties for all of the attack, but the hacker is still working because it's very hard to find out the hacker because they all work on the machine. Okay. So here there is another problem. So identity theft. It's when they try to get all of your information system. That is acquired in the term of social engineering. It means remember that when we have the account in different platform, normally we may have the secret question or to have to recover the password. Actually, if I have enough information from different sources, maybe I can guess your password or your secret key. Okay. Here the phishing, like this one that have you to set up a fake website. This means the website just look very likely is Facebook or Google, but when you type the information in and it send, they will not send it to the real server, but it will send it to some other machine, the machine of the hacker. Okay. So we have many others. Farming. This is quite old style. So when you click on the link, it will link you to another website actually for advertisement. Click for it's been when you click on the link, they will have them to click on the online advertisement. Actually, that is the way that the hacker or they can get the money because on advertisement online, the advertisement company actually will pay the one that hosts the banner, the advertisement by counting the number of times user click on the link or a number of hours user show the attachment in the website in the screen. So that is the way to get money. In here, actually, I think we don't have enough time to read another case studies. That case study is very special. That is cyber warfare. Means that I will show you. I will send you this one. Stonet is one of the attack is famous. Here we heard a lot of the hacker that get money, they get sensitive information, they do many things. But now in this case studies, they have the attacks on the national level. That case study show us that in Iran, they have the nuclear reaction machines. This machine actually is attacked by the Stuxnet virus. The attacks actually try to do is they try to do the real damage on the machine. It's been not only the computer, but now because we know that everything in the modern countries can be controlled by the computer, and we want to do it. We want to control power. We can control the electricity, the wire, the supply, the Wi-Fi, everything through the software. And then this case, the Stuxnet is the virus that try to spread. It means infect many machines as they want as possible, but they do nothing until one day they can reach the machine that control the nuclear reaction of Iran, and then they make that nuclear reaction run in a very special way that cause the machine to fail. So actually this kind of attacks is a very target specific attacks. They try to perform an attack on that specific device, and when the security expert analyze the virus, they see that the virus is built or programmed in a very complicated way, and they imagine that it cannot be a single hacker or security expert, but must be a company or even though one government. They support that kind of virus because it's so sophisticated. So that the state. So you see that will be on the national or international level. It means the attack on the very specific device of a country. So imagine the day that let's say US now control everything, the power grid using software. In Vietnam, we try to control many things in using software. We want to have the smart city. We want to have the smart traffic control. And like in the movie, you see that the hacker, if they can control everything, they can stop them. They turn on the traffic light to green, make it red or whatever. So they can cause a real damage to the physical world. So that will be the big problem. So that's why many countries, government, they spend money and time for the army of security expert or the hacker. Okay, so that is the case studies I will show you later on. And then when we back with the security problem, when we are now assume that you are working on a company, you're in charge of somehow security. You should aware of some of the threat. One of the biggest threats from the company, actually from internal threats. It means the employee. The employee, they know a lot of information, and let's say before you fire one IT guy of the company, and he really want to prevent whatever they do, they try to make damage to your system. They want to sell data to the competitors. That will be the very big problem. Or if they have the hacker that can join one of the machine in your company, that will be a problem. Another one will be software. We know that we have a lot of problem with software, and we have many bugs and flaws, but the software company always continuously try to fix that. So that reason why we have patches or update from different operating system or software. So please make sure that you get up-to-date information or software version, because you know that normally the hacker try to hack something and the security expert try to find out and fix them, and after they know how to fix them, they will issue a patch. It means the software that prepare the flow fix the bugs. So please update your Windows frequently, especially when they have the security or severe updates. You should do it. Okay. Now we have this one, and we know that now we have everything in the system. We have information, we have data, and that will be sure a very link to the business value. If we fail to run the server, we cannot make transaction, we cannot sell product on e-commerce website. It will make a big problem. Or we have the security breach. It's mean like someone that get data from, let's say, Sony, that lose a lot of money because people will not willing to work with you anymore. Okay, that is a problem. Okay, so we have many. In Vietnam we don't have that much, but in US they have a lot of rule and law that force the company to perform some security procedures, so to have the company in general to protect themselves from the attack, from the problem, well-known problem. Okay, and recently we have this notion, computer forensic. It means that data science that try to collect information, the activities of one user on a machine that can use to perform lawsuits. It's been work with the evidence in the course of the law, and that will be the computer forensics. When it's been everything you do in the computer will have the trace, and the expert can get it back. So that is why recently when people have to have problem, the police normally will take not only the person but also their machine, their laptop, to analyze the data there. Okay, that is here, and in the companies we are aware of that attacks. We know that there are a lot of places where they have problems, and we have to must have some rules, some way to control, to design the procedures, to have them to overall have better securities for the company. So they have many ways. So we have to control. We have normally company we apply some software control, hardware control, computer operation control, data security control, implementation control, and administrative control. It's been different way on different aspects of the activities of the employee in the company to have the better security for the company. So software control has been they not allow you to implement to install random thing. They have to check on that. Okay, and some company may ask the auditors to check on the risk of the firm. So we may have this. You can read it at home. We have policy, what to do, what not to do, what can we do using software in the company. Now we have identity management, so only the authorized person can access to data, not everyone, and who can do what will be controlled by the system. That is the help us to prevent the internal threats. It means not everyone can access to everything. Okay, this one. And for business, maybe you have to think about how to recover. Means that if you put everything in one big server, and if the hacker can control the server, you lose everything. Now you must have the different plans to restore, to go back, to back up your data. Not always, we always have to think about how to recover from disaster, not only from the hacking, but from the damage of the hardware, from this, everything like that. Okay. Yeah, audit. We can ask the other to audit your week. And now, yeah, we have the way to the techniques and way to help you to protect things. We have software to manage identity. It's been to control who can do what. We have authentication. It's mean you identify the user. You may have password, the old one. Your token. Maybe you know that some transaction in the bank, they might have the hardware that has a token, and you have to submit that number back to the bank, to prove that you are the owner of the bank account to make that transaction. We have two-factor authentication. Is mean they will send the data, the message to your phone. It's mean not only on the internet but on another phone. So we have two ways to authenticate a user. We have smart cards, the special device that keep the information there. Biometrics, so that you know that we can use fingerprint, like you pay for something now in Momo, they have it. They can have the fingerprint control, or you use a iris scanner for making the authentication. Okay. For the software and the networking, this is the thing you may hear a lot, the firewall. It means the hardware and software that will control the network traffic to tell them what to do for each information in and out of the company. They will control what will be allowed, what will not, and they will have you to protect unusual flow information coming and out of your computer, so that of your company, so that they have you to protect somehow from the control. Means that even though if one of the machine is affected by the virus, but because the firewall stop all the connection, go outside of the company, so they cannot get the message from the command and control operator, so that it can prevent the action of the virus somehow. Okay. So normally we have the signal layer, the symbol like this. The internet, we have a firewall to protect. You have a web server, you have a firewall, not only for outside but inner. So no one, a very specific user can only access this one, not everyone. So that is the way that we protect things. And we have many works like intrusion detection. It means to monitor whenever they have a new some intruders, means some hacker try to join our network, try to perform something, the tool can help us to discover some attack in progress. So by monitoring the connection, we know that there's some strange communication between one machine to another server. We may then stop the connection, so that help us to highlight and find out the attack sooner. So we have antivirus, anti-spyware. Okay. We have securities for the wireless. Okay, we have encryption here, but I want to show you. I think that we have some few minutes, and just quickly show you this one. Maybe we come back next time. But now we have the symmetric encryption. It means the way that help us to send the message over internet securely. We have two mechanisms. The first one, we call it the symmetric key encryption. Do you know anything about encryption? Let's say if we want to have encryption, or what should we do? In your childhood, maybe in secondary school, primary school, when you want to send a secret message to your friend, what should we do? Any idea? So if you want to send a secret message, what should we do? So normally the one we do is that one of the ways to do is say, hey, I will send you a message. But in order to prevent the others friends to read it, I will change the characters. Let's say when I write down the keywords, yeah, we encode. Since if we want to write down the keyword, we have the mapping. Say when I write down A, it means 1, B, it means 2, C, it means 5, let's say. So, and then I want to send you the number. When I type A, B, C, and because you know the mapping, we know that the real message will be 1, 2, 5. So that is the way we encode. So the way to do it actually is we have to pay on the same key. In this situation, the symmetric key means that both the sender and the receiver must have the same mapping. I have to know that the A is 1, B is 2, and C is 5. And in your side, you have the same thing. And finally, you can decrypt or decode the message. That is a very simple way to do. We call it symmetric key. But imagine now we are working on the internet. No, I am in my computer. You are in your laptop. I want to send you a message, a secret message. The key thing is that we cannot trust internet connection. Everyone in the middle can read our message. And the question is, how can I share the key with you? Because if I share the key with you using internet connection, so everyone can get it. So it's easy. And then they can get the key, and then they can get the message, and they can decrypt it. So it's very easy for the hacker if they can listen to our conversation. So actually, I have no way that we can share the secret key in plain text like that using the same media. One of the ways to do it, I send you an email, it is encrypted, and then I will send you a SMS message to show you how to decrypt it one way. So we have two different mechanisms, but it's not easy for a computer. So if we will work with a lot of users, so it's not the way to do. So in computer science, we have the notion, this one, that is the key thing. We call it public keys encryption. Okay. So public key encryption, when you have a look at this, you will see that here we have two keys. The one we call it the public key, and the other we call it private key. What we do is that everyone will have two keys, the public and the private. For the public keys, that means that everyone can know that one. It's ready to share with everyone, and everyone can know it. And the private keys is the one that you must keep secret. Okay. And the properties of that kind of mechanism is that when you encrypt the message with the public keys, only the one that have the private key can decrypt the message. Okay. So imagine that now we have you have the pair public and private key. You show the public key, you send me the public key over the net, the hacker can get it. It's normal, we don't care. And then I use that public key to encrypt the message. And you send over internet, the hacker or everyone else can get the message. But with the public key, they cannot decrypt the message, because that can be only decrypted by the private key. So that they solve the problem that we have the asymmetric encryption, means we use one key to encrypt and we use another key to decrypt. So that will have us to have the mechanism to send message over internet in a secret way. So you keep the private key on your own, you don't share it with anyone else, and the public key you show it in the internet, everyone can get it. And everyone, if they want to send a message to me, they just use my public key, and I make sure that no one other than me, the one that owns the private key, can get the message. So that is one mechanism that helps us to to send a message over internet secure way, in a secure way. So there's a lot, few more things on the that kind of encryption, but we are running out of time. So I think that will be this section. Now what I will do, I will send you the another case study at home on the attack of the nuclear reaction in Iran. Try to have a look at home, and next time we'll try to go a bit detail on the security part, when to see that how we can perform the transaction over the e-commerce website without problem, how we can do the Visa card transaction securely. Okay, so that's it for today. So if you have any other questions, so please tell me. Otherwise, we will leave you here. So any question? Anything that you want to know a bit more on the security part? I will send you the slide also here. Okay, so otherwise, thank you. So if you have any other question, please you can always type the question in the chat box. Okay. So otherwise, thank you. Bye.